Hello, hello, my beautiful people. I'm very grateful for being here, and I am open again to share bits of the things that are happening right now. It's a very beautiful time, and the alignment is also very beautiful. So the healing is ongoing, and activation is ongoing, and new place, new city. I'm like a tourist in my own country again, really loving the space and the place and everything that is unfolding. And I've learned to take it slow, whatever is happening, and to take myself back, because I learned that if I rush, then it's very easy to make a wrong turn and to make mistakes. And about mistakes, I wanted to talk about. I'm like going through this corridor of the eclipse portal, and it is amazing. I feel like it's massive, and everyone is affected by it, and everything comes out. And I wanted to tell and talk about this, that the biggest blessing in this life is to be able to be without masks and be able to be in your in authenticity. This is there comes this kind of inner child quality out, the innocence and the freedom in that you can express yourself as you are, as you wish, and whatever you want to accomplish with that, or you don't want to accomplish at all. So there is no need to be like accomplished or be better as you are or as it is given to you. For example, your leg is cut off and you want to run a marathon, so you don't have to do that. You have one leg only, so you have to accept that, your circumstances, and to be able to fall in love in this kind of space in your life. It is a art, it is a mastery already, that you are able to be patient in your own circumstances and to accept as it is. This is power. This is power, to be able to quiet yourself down and to be simply accepting your own flaws, your own misdoings, your mistakes, what you've done, and to course direct your life and your beingness in every moment, in everyday life also. So as we've seen these couple of years, it's like this kind of fame culture, social media fame, and people want to be accepted, and they want to like talk about things that are valued in a society, and accepted by the algorithms, and all the pictures that it has to be like this and that. And I understood that, of course, it's aesthetics and it's beautiful and everything like that. And it's like people want to see what is beautiful in the social media and what is positive. And of course, in these, I think after COVID, it is more starting to be, people are starting to show their real selves, real situations and lives. People are showing that side of also for the people they don't know, and normalize this kind of way of showing or representing themselves in the social media or in the media at all. And the next level is like to do art with it. It's amazing how it is unfolding, and it is also amazing that to be able to see this kind of picture, the whole picture, or to go through your own life life and you understand what is actually important and what is not. I like my story in that sense. I wanted to also do the social media thing, and I wanted to promote the traveling and so on. But only now I received the answers for myself why I was hidden, why I was somehow like misdirected, like many times in my life, like on a different level. Yeah, because of the rush, because of some kind of needs or subconscious need to be seen or validated or acknowledged. This was the huge thing I had to erase or purify in my own self, to understand what is actually the authenticity or the uniqueness in my own expression, without like pushing myself into some kind of practices or some kind of role I'm not yet. Since COVID, there started like this kind of isolation period for me. It meant like no one was like talking to me, or there were people just turning themselves away. Whatever I shared publicly, it wasn't like acknowledged. There was no recognition or whatever. Wherever I went, people even didn't want to talk with me. And then I was like, yeah, but, I don't care, you know. I know who I am, and if you don't want to speak with me, then it's your way. You don't see things that is actually in this present. But at that point, I made really big spiritual shifts in my beingness, and my frequency changed. And yeah, I learned that how the frequency change is actually affecting us, and the communication with the outer world and with the other selves in the human beings who are around us. It changes a lot. So when you recognize yourself to be more wanting to be isolated because people don't understand you, they don't see you, they don't want to see you, they don't want to understand you, they are talking about other things, they're talking about their achievements and talking about like high spirituality and what should you do. It's like it's not even interesting for you, and it's like it's dry, it does not inspire you in any way, then it's actually not your place to be anymore. But the shift is already done, you cannot control it anymore. Yeah, the shifts are done with the moving, with the fasting. You can change the frequency. You can change the frequency when you give up your addictions, drinking alcohol, tobacco or medicines. Even that, if you go out of it, you change already the frequency, and then it can happen that you are not connecting. You are not able to connect with people who are in that state, who are in the medicine world, who are smoking, who are drinking. Then you cannot connect with them anymore. It's not interesting. And this kind of isolation period is God-given. It is meant to be. It is written. It is orchestrated for you before you came here on this earth and you took the contract of this life, because this isolation period is the time where you become very acquainted with your inner guidance system. We have our own guidance systems, and that's why the isolation is the purification, the crystallization, making your inner guidance so that nothing or no one can change that or make you not believe in your own self. So this isolation period is very necessary for our evolution. In that sense, it's also our free will, how we are navigating through it. There is possibility to do mistakes in these periods, and mistakes are addictions, and running away from this transformation that is occurring, running away from your own guidance, shutting it down, running away from your own needs and wants and necessities, what you need to do. Yeah. This is the preparation for the devotion and for service, actually. There are many things happening, and everything that is happening is pushing you somehow, like inside, inward, more inward, and there is no light. You cannot even see the light anymore. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can be very polite. You can be very friendly with everyone, but there is no like this kind of new level of, like, there's usually people gathered around you who want to like silence you, make you invisible. They are telling subconsciously to your energetic field, your auric field, that you are not ready. You are no one. Do not talk. You have to be protected. Go in your corner. No one needs to see you. But in this kind of time, when you start to understand that this is divine work with you, your passion, your calling for service is not dimming, is not silenced. It is always there. You feel always to do something, like music writing, singing, dancing, writing, reading, speaking, sharing your ways and stories, like I've been doing like for 2 years already. And I want to keep doing it, no matter like what is the outcome of it, or this is my practice, you know. This is for me what I do here. I do it for myself, and I'm not waiting for anyone to see that or to even understand it. What I wanted to share was the mistakes and the consequences. The higher is your calling, the higher is your mission, or more potent is your energy. For example, you've gone through massive transformations, activations, initiations, Kundalini awakenings, massive healings. Then your calling is very important here. So when you are not listening to your calling and you go where the direction is misleading you, then there are serious consequences of your mistakes. When you are not listening to Holy Spirit, when you are not listening to your heart, and you do some kind of mistake, and you do some kind of thing that people are usually doing and just getting by and living their life, and then they are like, yeah, it's normal, you know. It's like for example, this dating culture or cancel culture, or I don't know. It's very huge shift, and the change is totally different. What is actually happening in social world, and everything unpure is normalized and excused somehow. But for us who are in our ascension path, these mistakes are not easy. They have like serious consequences. So, and it takes time again to fix those mistakes. mistakes and to fix your own energy. So, and then that's why I started to actually look into my own like life and experience, that what is happening, like why I'm blocked, or why I'm silenced, or why I'm like slowed down every time I go very high. So this is the point what I wanted to share today. Last year in October, I went to the beautiful retreat center to volunteer after a really hard working summer. And then I had this whole summer very, very high energy, and my practice was on point, and I was opening up myself, and I was like doing the work also with my own self, with my body, and I was actually really happy. But this kind of energy, when your frequency is this kind of way, then usually people who are not doing the energetic work or spiritual hygiene or praying for the sun, or these people are like in the normal wavelength, you know, they want to bring you down because your frequency is triggering you. They are telling you, you are talking shit, you are no one. Who you are, like why are you talking these kind of things? Like look at your life, like where is your money, where is your house, where is your car? Like we cannot listen to you. And then they push down, like with the gaze, with the talking shit around you, or not believing. That disbelief is very strong, and it's trying to make disencourage you in everywhere you are going. So, and yeah, that's why it's important to choose your people around you very carefully, who are thinking about you already like in a negative way. Then they are not meant to be in your life. But this kind of understanding, or it takes time to acknowledge that it is happening, that these people logically they are already like pushing you down in their back of the head. And I'm very sensitive also in that sense, and I'm also very grounded in the present moment, and without also masks. And people don't like it. People don't like happy people usually, and people want you to. They want to see you suffer. It's easier this way, and then they can feel much higher and more important. And this is the normality. I was not believing that. I did not understand that this is happening. This is normal. And while being alone and traveling and experiencing these things, so last year autumn, I had this kind of feeling to prepare myself for a new adventure. I was again like integrating my practice again, and my meditation practice, and my energy was really good and high. My downloads were coming, and my connection with the source was like strengthening. But there were people around me who were again looking at me like, who the fuck are you? And I did not understand. I tried to be like more polite, or more like, I am humble already, you know. And I had very beautiful treatments, and most important treatment what I had was acupuncture. And I went to the facilitator and I said like, please help me to ground myself, because I'm on a verge to have another Kundalini awakening, but I don't want to have that, because I want to be grounded and to integrate my downloads. And I think, yeah, I'm not going very often to facilitators, but this kind of acupuncturist in Moinus Veles, he was the best. Yeah, I was like very open in that sense, and I said like, I'm open to new love when it is divine counterpart. And I was in that kind of period where I was cutting off my layers, like letting go. But I was doing this work already years. And in this kind of session, what I had, I was going through this kind of cleanse. The cleanse is when you become aware of your impurities in your energy or in your essence. And then I saw like this main thing that was holding me back to manifest or to call in my man was these men who were disgrading me in my whole life. And this process was so deep. It was like the healing process where the boss of the healing processes, And I saw like many men who were looking at me with a dirty eye gaze. And this kind of lustful energy that was actually not from me. It came out from outside to course direct me into wrong road. And it was happening all over again. Of course, I understood that it came from the lineage, from the bloodline also into me. But I was asking like, oh my God, I'm so sincere and so open with men, and I really cherish beautiful and strong, healthy men who can respect a woman with the pure eyes. And I was like, what the heck? I'm also deserving this kind of experience. This was the very serious purification of mine. And I was doing the spiral meditation there. And again, in the spiral meditation, I was going through like this. I was going in the meditation to my bloodline for my mother's side. All the women from my mother's side, I walked through like purification where they showed their insecurities of themselves, where they were afraid of showing their innocence and purity, this feminine, strong purity for beautiful, healthy men who were very, very powerful. And this kind of letting go of that fear, it was very necessary. It was very beautiful healing exercise of mine. So I know that my journey is full of healing. And I know that I am also meant to guide you through these kind of healings. But first of all, I have to deal with my own shadows and these kind of things that are not attracting like these polarities into my own life once again, where I can attract mirrors, my own, like these beings and men and women who are like mirroring my own power, my own authenticity, loyalty, and pure sight, like friendly purity. Like this is so simple, but it wasn't simple in my life. Like, yeah. And I was contemplating and thinking, why? Yeah. And this acupuncture session was really strong. I was crying and letting go emotional blockages on the table. So this was very, very huge turning point in my life. So my field cleared up and the electricity was flickering in the rooms and everything like that. And then I did my fast, and again, like there was again this polarity happening, like very, very clear and very connected with the source and happy and strong. Like my energy was so strong, like I could see through the walls, you know. And yeah. I understood that I cannot share these things for everyone in a hard way, because from this point I remember only these people in my life who are in such disbelief of this kind of uhu things, but they don't believe in magic, maybe. Yeah.